Well, we're here with here. So apologies, guys. I've not uploaded stuff in a while. I will try to be more persistent and regular. Let us get to it. And usually I just do the no spoiler thing, but there's nothing really to spoil. So what is here? Here is and again, I'll say this: the early scenes and some bits and pieces later are pretty effective and powerful. But overall, this was not much of a good movie. So what happens? Well, basically, clever idea. Basically, we're just focused on a little small physical space at first, and then we focus on a room, and we track this room through different generations, different time periods. So we're literally going from the dinosaurs and the Ice Age to Tom Hanks in the future. That is it. So obviously, Tom Hanks is the star. We mainly focus on him, but we see different people in different time periods 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, yada, yada, yada. What they did in the room, the secrets, the family tragedies, the victories, and so on and so forth. And again, some of the stuff is very powerful and effective, right? Like there's sequences when we get to the very early period when the house is being built through different eras, and then we get the finished product, and then we see how the room has changed, and the room keeps altering, and that's the movie. We never move from that space. We stay focused on this precise physical space for the whole movie. People go in and out of the room, they build the room, we have dinosaurs before the room, and there we are. And the main focus is Tom Hanks and Robin and their relationship together. And the big punch here, of course, is that if you remember Forrest Gump, oh, right, they were a couple there too. So it's like it's all mixed in together somehow. And I'm being very negative here, but listen, Zemeckis has done some amazing work. Back to the Future, of course, Roger Rabbit. So this idea of bringing special effects into film so explicitly, he sometimes does it very well, right? With Roger Rabbit, Contact, he can do it at a very high level. He also did a Denzel film that also had a lot of visual effects. Or Castaway. Castaway is a lot just Tom Hanks on the island, but there are a lot of visual effects. So sometimes he can bring it together very powerfully. He can just bring it in all together very, very powerful. But often he does not bring it together. So I suffered through Marwen. And Marwen was just one of the worst things of all time. I don't know, because I've done this thing, the worst films of all time. I don't know if I covered Marwen, but Marwen was like so bad. And it was so overdone. And tragically, it's based on a true story. And the true story is fascinating. That's not enough for him. So he did this very weird animatronic, animated CGI mess. So this is better than Marwen because Marwen was unbearable. It's unbearable. And of course, Tom Hanks is one of the best actors of all time. So he can never give a bad performance. I don't think he's ever been in a bad quote in a movie where he gives a bad performance. So of course, he does very well. Robin is also a very talented actress, but really, we're just getting a cute couple and different time periods. I mean, there's nothing here. It's just him being fancy with special effects and CGI. And some of the CGI looks really bad. Like the dinosaurs look okay, but it's not Jurassic Park. So what was the point? Even the conceit is like, oh, we're going to track this physical space using CGI. Well, what's the power? Like, if you're not really using the real physical space, if you're manipulating. So, anyway, but that said, it is well done in a few places, and he is a good director. So, certain moments are really, really powerful. The way the eras transition, I don't want to spoil that part. There are some moments like, oh, that was very beautifully done. The way that we go back and forth in the different time periods. But ultimately, this is just a really glorified vanity project. That is it. And Tom Hanks has already gotten a few Oscars. So why give him another Oscar? I don't know. He deserves it. Right, fine. But really, it's nothing really new. And again, I'm here to support directors and their vision. I like auteur theory. I believe in it. But there is a limit. And I think Zemeckis keeps overstepping the limit. He does, good or bad, have an auteur touch. But this one just felt like, I guess at best, hot chocolate you can take and then it's over. Or you can say, oh, it's a leisurely, well paced, very thoughtful experimentation. I thought it was more junk than anything else, but it's well made junk. So there's that. So it's kind of reminded me of Infinity War and Endgame, really, where same thing. Okay, there's something we said for this big spectacle, but beyond a certain point, it's like it's just CGI gunk. It's you're really making it more clever, but it is just CGI junk. So I'm gonna have to give this a very severe 4.25. I think that's fair. Don't expect anything breathtaking or even life changing. It is just sentimental garbage, just dressed up in CGI garb, and but it has a clever conceit. And there is something here, like, oh, just keep the frame to only this physical space. That's actually a clever idea, but beyond a certain point, you're like, okay, clever. Anything else? Nope. That's it. That's it. That's the whole thing. That is here. Here is what we're doing. We're filming here. That is here. Watch it? Nah, probably don't. Wait for it on streaming or somewhere else.